Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. TJ became frightened by the nurses stationed at the hospital when Anna inquired whether he had heard from Jordan. TJ recalls Jordan conducting her own investigation into Curtis' shooting at the Metro Court pool months prior. TJ had begun to call the police when Jordan appeared. Jordan stuttered, saying she was all right. TJ noted that Jordan was dressed in the same clothes as the night before. Jordan attempted to dismiss TJ's anxiety, claiming that she had not intended to scare him or Anna. Before heading for Curtis' room, TJ requested Jordan to be cautious. Jordan later told Anna that 2 agents had apprehended her the night before as she was about to follow up on a tip about Curtis' shooting. In a flashback, Jordan claimed that the 2 agents had took her to a room with a 2-way mirror and instructed her to stop her inquiry. During the interview, a figure emerged out of sight at the door, and Jordan claimed, put the fear of God into the officers by commanding them to back off. When the agents returned, Jordan stated that their attitude and tone had changed, and they had informed her that she was free to leave. Jordan told Anna that she had been advised to stick to her duties at City Hall, but she refused. Anna suggested Jordan have backup, and she offered to help. Jordan accepted and thanked Anna. Trina and Stella also joined Portia in the hospital to await the outcome of Curtis' surgery. When Stella left to lay a candle in the hospital chapel, Portia urged Trina go through on her plans to visit Paris with Spencer. Trina smiled as she stated that the notion of being in Paris with Spencer made her feel warm within. When Spencer called, Portia pushed Trina to accept the call. After Trina left, Elizabeth joined Portia. Need a shoulder? I have 2 of them, Elizabeth murmured, wrapping her arm around Portia. The 2 pals hugged. Portia stated that she was resolved to face the future, regardless of the outcome of Curtis' surgery. Portia said that she had been having reoccurring dreams about dancing with Curtis. And then I awoke. And Curtis is resting next to me, and I realize we'll never dance again. We are not like that, but now maybe. Perhaps we can. I can't stop myself from hoping, Portia remarked through tears. Curtis revealed to Marshall in his hospital room that he was concerned about the outcome of the surgery. Marshall advised Curtis to remain optimistic. Marshall soon joined Stella in the waiting area, and he mentioned how he and Stella had almost kissed on Christmas Eve. Marshall admitted to feeling something for Stella at the time, and he believed Stella felt the same way. Stella stated that anything she felt in that time could never be acted upon. Trina, Portia, Stella, and Marshall eventually met in Curtis' room. Curtis urged his family to accept whatever the outcome of the surgery was, and they agreed. When TJ and Dr. Martell arrived, Curtis discovered that the surgery could not have gone any better. Martell urged everyone against betting ahead of themselves. After TJ handed Martell a pinpoint needle, Martell inquired whether Curtis had felt anything when Martell pressed the needle against Curtis' foot. Curtis shook his head, insisting that he had not. When Martell tried again, Curtis exclaimed, I felt something. Everyone gathering became overcome with delight. Trina and Curtis embraced, as did Stella and Marshall. Praise God, Stella whispered gently. Gregory approached Scott and Tracy at Metro Court as they prepared to enjoy champagne. Lucy sought to reassure Martin at an adjacent table that she was solely interested in him. Lucy evaded, claiming that Martin was insecure. Lucy stood up to go to the restroom. Scott became distracted when Lucy walked past him. Martin followed Lucy into the lavatory and demanded answers about what was going on between her and Scott. Martin went away, despite Lucy's constant declarations of love for him. Lucy then called Martin and begged for a chance to explain. When Lucy started crying, a man handed her a handkerchief. Lucy felt Martin had returned. Instead, she looked up to see Scott. Lucy and Scott were irritated with one another. Lucy stated that she had informed Martin that she and Scott were old news. Scott protested and gazed longingly at Lucy. Lucy rebuffed Scott's advances before convincing him to return to his table with Tracy. Tracy and Gregory returned to Tracy and Scott's table and agreed to play backgammon again. They bid each other evening, but Tracy soon discovered Gregory in the hotel lobby. "I can't move," Gregory explained. Tracy managed to accompany Gregory to a nearby sofa after he begged her not to call an ambulance. Gregory explained that he had felt a twinge when eating supper with Brooke Lynn and Chase earlier and had hoped that some fresh air might help. Tracy attempted to console Gregory, who revealed that Chase and Brooke Lynn had requested him to conduct their wedding. When Tracy started complaining about Lois and Olivia's wedding preferences, Gregory cut her off. Gregory advised Tracy to focus on the importance of the wedding. Tracy agreed and inquired about Gregory's feelings. Gregory mentioned that he was feeling better. Tracy offered to have Yuri drive Gregory home, and she laughed when Gregory suggested taking a rideshare. "Oh, congratulations on mastering the technology necessary to call a complete stranger with unknown driving ability to pick you up in their car and take you to a destination their GPS may or may not be able to find," Tracy went on. Gregory stood up and apologized for interrupting Tracy's supper with Scott. Gregory said that Tracy and Scott appeared to have been on a date. Tracy commented that appearances can be deceiving. Lucy became enraged when she discovered Tracy had left the restaurant. Lucy demanded Scott's credit card and used it to have 24 white roses delivered to Tracy in his name. Brooke Lynn and Chase used axes on the throwing range. She complained that Lucy had crossed a line with Tracy by downplaying Tracy's role in Luke's romantic life in comparison to Laura. Brooke Lynn eventually offered that she and Chase go home and be intimate. He agreed. They kissed and left together. Finn attended an AA meeting at the hospital and expressed his concern about losing his medical license. He stated that he was proud of the way he handled things. Afterwards, Elizabeth reassured Finn that he assisted all of the patients. They kissed. Will Spencer correct his GH mistake? Esme Prince has done a lot of bad things on General Hospital. She did them with Trina, Joss, Cam, Ava, Spencer, and Nick. But guess what? She never did anything bad to her little kid, Ace. Esme is a terrible person, but she isn't a terrible mother. Rather, Spencer's actions, giving Ace over to Nicholas, whom Spencer knows to be a dreadful father, were actually awful. How long will mother and son have to be separated? Esme should get used to not seeing her beautiful son Ace until he is ready for high school. Nicholas is really good at hiding. If Laura couldn't find him on her trip to Eastern Europe, Esme will have no luck with her own son. Do the right thing. On the other hand, Laura is not Esme. Laura continues to believe in doing the right thing whenever feasible. Esme, not so much. Also, Laura adores her son, but Nick is a grown man. Ace is still a baby. He needs his mother, and his mother relies on him. Esme will burn the earth until they are reunited, and she will make Spencer so miserable that he will lead the effort to reclaim Ace for her, and make amends for what could turn out to be his biggest error. Do you recall how determined Esme was while she was being exploited by Ryan, John Lindstrom? Then she did it for him. Now it's for her. This means Esme will be even more determined and brutal. Ace will be home before he begins kindergarten. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.